When it comes to gaming on Microsoft's Xcloud Game Pass, my go-to controller is the Razer Kishi for a whole bunch of reasons, which you can find in my review, which I'll link to right here. But recently, Microsoft has added on-screen controls to selected titles, combining the high graphics of PC gaming with the simplistic controls of mobile gaming. But how does that actually pan out in practice? So I've been testing the on-screen controllers recently and wanted to give you some of my thoughts. So let's start off with the positives. The addition of on-screen controls is another step forward in an area where, personally, I think Microsoft are leading the charge, and that is accessibility. From the ecosystem and the subscriptions they're building out, to the number of licensed peripherals and now on-screen controls, it's clear that a major goal for Microsoft is allowing you to play your games however, wherever, and whenever you want. Yes, the on-screen controls are great for those unplanned gaming sessions, waiting in a long line, killing time in another pointless Zoom call, or waiting for your girlfriend to go to 6 different shops just to inevitably end up buying whatever the thing is in the first place you went to. Those moments where you hadn't planned on playing games and didn't exactly carry around a controller with you. And next, if you're already a mobile gamer, the transition to using the Xcloud on-screen controls should be pretty comfortable, but for the PC and console players, this is where we need to talk about some of the shortcomings. Personally, I'm pretty useless without the tactile feedback of a physical controller. There were many occasions where my thumb had slipped off the on-screen thumbstick, or I hadn't actually been pressing the attack button, causing a lot of lost lives. I also found the camera controls in some titles slightly sporadic. Without the physical thumbstick to make slight adjustments to the camera angle, the movement just goes from 0 to 100 real fast, with very little wiggle room in between. In terms of the game library available on Game Pass, there are currently 11 titles playable with on-screen controls, and there's a good variety of game genres. However, the titles in this selection will always be restricted depending on the complexity of the control scheme. Story-driven titles like Tell Me Why and fighting games like Streets of Rage 4 are definitely playable with their simple controls, but you'll most likely find titles where the shoulder or the trigger button are required won't be included if they can't be remapped in a user-friendly way. When it comes to performance, although Game Pass isn't the lowest latency service I've tried, I certainly seem to feel it more with the on-screen controls. And another downside I found is just that occasionally the action is actually happening on the screen underneath your thumbs. So maybe that's just my fat thumbs, but you miss a lot. Ultimately, as I said, the on-screen controls are a great addition when you're in a pinch and find yourself with some time to kill in a simplistic title that you can easily jump in and out of. But for day-to-day gaming, I definitely couldn't recommend attempting to play through a full story game, because after a while, I genuinely miss the tactile feedback of a physical controller. But I want to hear from you. Have you tried the on-screen controls on Xcloud? Let me know your thoughts. How did you get on with them? Would you recommend them to other people, or are you sticking with your controller? Let me know in those comments down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it somewhat helpful, a like rating would be appreciated. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next video. Hope everyone's staying safe out there, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.